Hello, this is Diana Grippo, and this is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. And on my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you transcend any limitations and break through any barriers that you may have. On this channel, we discuss spirituality, manifestation, improving your physical and mental health, overcoming addiction issues, quantum physics, metaphysics, a little bit of everything. So today, the topic is going to be 5 reasons why you are not attracting healthy relationships. So guys, I know we're sick of being in one-sided relationships where we give more than we receive, not having our needs met. Just tired of just feeling lonely all the time. We don't want to continue to rely on someone else as our main source of happiness. That's not the way to have a healthy relationship. And I know I've been there. I've been through all that stuff. Been through the codependency. I've had my addiction issues of my own. You can imagine all the relationships that, came out of that, when there's a lot of substances being used and stuff like that. And just, I made myself pretty miserable just putting all my happiness in one person. I feel like I was always putting the other person on a pedestal. And when I wasn't with them, it's like there's like separation anxiety. And the thing was, I wasn't exactly, it's not like I was acting all needy, like expressing that to them, but I kept it in my head, and it just made me go crazy, made me really miserable. And I was like that for a very long time. I'd be sitting there waiting for a guy to text me back, like I wouldn't feel happy unless I got a text. There's like, you literally get like a dopamine hit in your brain when we get texts and attention from the other sex, stuff like that. So I went through a very long journey with that, and this is what I've learned. And I've also see a lot of my friends in dysfunctional relationships or just very unhappy. So really analyze that, and I really feel like I've figured out what it takes to have a healthy relationship. No relationship is perfect, but I believe these are 5 reasons why you're not attracting healthy relationships, and also what you can do to fix them. So the first one is your beliefs. So your beliefs create your reality. Your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, everything, they're all created, your reality is created from your beliefs. It's basically your beliefs are like in your subconscious mind. You've been programmed since you were young, right? Where the beliefs come from, your parents, school, friends, just your experiences, through your heartbreak, grief, anything like that. You form these beliefs about how you think that love should be, the world should be, relationships should be. Some of it might have came from your parents, if you have parents with a dysfunctional marriage, stuff like that. So we need to think about, if you believe that you are not worthy, think about all the situations you will attract, and not just in your love life, but we're focusing on love life. So if you don't believe you're worthy inside, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. If you don't believe you're worthy, how can someone else think you're worthy? And you're going to attract people. The reality is going to reflect back to you. You're not worthy. You're going to attract partners that don't see your worth, that don't value you, that don't respect you, stuff like that. And think about also, what are your beliefs about relationships and love? Do you believe that relationships are hard? If that's your belief, then that's going to be reflected back to you. Relationships will be hard, So even watch how you talk about things. The good way to see your beliefs, if you don't know what your beliefs are, ask questions like, what do you believe about whatever topic, and just go with, don't overthink it, just what's your natural response. That's your belief. Maybe you think that all guys cheat, all women cheat, and maybe you've had experience like that. And the thing is, it becomes a feedback loop, right? So you experience that, and then you form a belief because it formed like a very negative, like powerful emotion. It's kind of stored in your chakra. We'll go into the chakras later, but it's stored in your subconscious brain, the pain, everything. So then you're saying, man, that experience created that. It could be someone's experience from like when you're little. Like I had that belief too, So my parents had some issues in their marriage, and like the first boyfriend I had cheated on me, and I kept the tracky partners that cheated on me. I remember I was very upset. It was like with one of my best friends when I was 7th grade or something. But it was weird. I saw that. I kept believing that, and I felt so much pain for that. Even at that age, I did feel a lot of pain. And I felt betrayed, and I kept attracting guys that were like, not all my relationships were like that, but a lot of them were. And then I had it happen again. And I'm like, oh yeah, see, then you get evidence of your belief, and it keeps reinforcing, and then you believe that, and you attract, you're putting the energy out, so you're seeing it reflected back to you. So it becomes a very painful cycle, but you can fix that. You can reprogram that. It doesn't have to be that way. How do you reprogram? Well, anything with repetition. A lot of people do affirmations. People do scripting. I do subliminals because they go straight to your subconscious mind. There's some good subliminal artists that I listen to that have like affirmations that I like, but you have to make sure they're good. So there's stuff like that. Or another way to change your beliefs, act as if, kind of the best way to do it. Well, first of all, before any, you need to have those beliefs, and then now you have an awareness of it, so now you can change it. Before, you probably weren't aware of it, and you're just projecting it out into reality and then attracting it back in, right? So it just, with repetition, you need to repeat them in your head. Like, that's why affirmations help with some people. And just act as if, like, if you were in a happy, healthy relationship, if you believe you were worthy, how would you think, feel, and act, and embody that? The second reason you're not attracting your healthy relationship is because you're putting a love, or you're putting a person on a pedestal. So energetically speaking, when the whole world, the whole universe, everything is energy, the physical is a very small part. So when we put something on a pedestal, we put a person or a relationship or love on a pedestal, we're saying, well, usually it's, I guess, let's say a person, because and I've done that before, when you make that person center of your world, like sometimes you feel like they're almost hard to get, right? Like you think they're better than you, and that could stem from the negative beliefs, like I'm not worthy and stuff like that. That's why the beliefs are very important to change first. But also, like when you put someone on a pedestal, think about it, you're making sure they're happy. You're putting their own needs over yours. So how do we stop doing that? When you think about it, if they're on a pedestal, they're higher up than you, and vibrationally, energetically, they're on a different wavelength than you. They're in a different vibration than you. So energetically, they feel that, and it repels, right? Think about, you've had people that you've been with, maybe that have, like, that one person that blows you up, that's like kind of obsessed with you, right? And they won't leave you alone, and they cancel their plans to hang out with you. It's almost like that needy, desperate energy, like they always put you first, which I'm not saying they shouldn't value, but I'm just, so you see on the other end of it, it repels, right? You're not really attracted to that person. You're probably more attracted to the person that's like hard to get, right? Not the person that's begging to be with you and will drop what they're doing. You should always choose yourself first. Stop putting someone else over you. You're the star of your own show. It's your reality. You need to value yourself more than someone else. You need to say yes to yourself. Don't say yes to someone else when it's a no to you type of thing. So, and then the third thing is trauma. Trauma that is not healed. So when we have trauma that is unhealed, maybe we have heartbreak from the past relationships, maybe we have abandonment issues, maybe one of our parents physically or emotionally abandoned us, sometimes emotional abandonment too, like we have a parent that's emotionally unavailable, right? So sometimes we have trauma, and we put that out we kind of bring that to our next relationship, and we project that out, and then we get that back. We get triggered by certain things. So like if you have, let's say, maybe your dad was emotionally unavailable or like abandoned you or something, maybe you have a fear of being abandoned or left, or you felt like your emotional needs weren't met, they didn't really care about, you don't really care about your emotions, or like couldn't really connect with them, couldn't really express how you felt. You might be attracting a partner that displays that too, that triggers that in you, because it's kind of, and they call it trauma bonding too, that kind of stuff. Sometimes, like maybe your mom is a narcissist, you'll see people will attract narcissists, partners, that's similar to their mom or one of their parents, or even to a previous relationship. Trauma is more than just, it could be sexual trauma, and then there's sexual abuse too. That's a whole different kinds of trauma. When you have that, you're not really trusting, right? So all those things that we don't think about, they do really affect your, relationships. So, it's worth going to therapy. I think therapy has really helped me. Also, there's like energy healing, chakra healing. With the Reiki, I did a Reiki session, and a lot of the energy, the negative emotions get stuck on one of your chakras. So, for example, you had sexual abuse, your sacral chakra might be blocked. You know, it could prevent you from getting close or intimate with somebody that maybe you had grief, maybe you lost somebody close to you, you know, a relationship close to, it could just be maybe you had a lot of heartbreak in your last relationship, or the person passed away. You store that in your heart chakra, right? And the energy gets blocked, and then you find it hard to love and connect with people. You know, that's just 2 examples, but I would definitely look into that, because that's actually helped me. I've done some Reiki sessions and just energy healing, so I would look into that too. But therapy, I think the combination of both is good. But you know what, you know how to heal yourself. There are different ways to heal yourself from trauma. You can research that, you know, find what resonates for you. The next thing is communication. So a lot of times, how can we have our needs met if we aren't communicating? You know, I've had it, I think many people have had it before, where you think you're with somebody, right? You think you're dating them, you didn't really make it official, or you didn't verbalize it, and then maybe they go see someone else or something. Then you figure out they're talking to someone else, and you get mad, upset, but you can't really be mad because you never had that conversation, and you don't know what they're thinking. You didn't communicate what you were, you know? So I think we put our ego in the way sometimes we feel like vulnerable if we express how we feel. And that's another thing, your throat chakra, there could be a block in your throat chakra. Maybe you've been hurt or shot down or rejected when you express how you felt before. Maybe you went with your parents, they didn't listen to you, or maybe you feel like, you know, what you say wasn't important. So that could be another thing to look into. But communication is key. We're adults now. Well, I don't know who's watched this video, but either way, communicating is a lot easier. I know you're putting yourself out there, but wouldn't you rather know how someone feels about you and what you are, even if you're hurt a little bit, rather than going on thinking you're something you're not, or not having your needs met? And sometimes that communication is what makes a relationship stronger, and you never know what that person is going to feel or say. You don't always put a negative connotation on it. We've been hurt before, we're afraid we're going to get hurt again. So communication is key. Last thing is boundaries. A lot of people don't set boundaries. A lot of people are in codependent relationships. You know, it also goes to kind of putting them on a pedestal. Sometimes you need to have some space, you know, from somebody. And it also goes with communication. You know, there are external boundaries, like, hey, maybe you have sexual boundaries with somebody. Maybe you need more personal space, more time to yourself, you know, or maybe, you know, there's somebody they said that was disrespectful. You know, you have to be you know, aren't you attracted to people more that have strong boundaries, right? That are confident in themselves, that are confident and secure, and have boundaries. You know, like I said before, saying yes to yourself, you know, might be saying no to someone else. And also, eternal boundaries are another thing. You don't communicate them, but it's kind of internal. Like, for example, hey, maybe I'm not going to hang out with this guy this day. You know, I've been pretty stressed out. I need to do some self-care today or something. You know, internal boundaries you have within yourself. You know, they don't always need to be communicated verbally. So that's all I have for today, and just want to know you are worthy of having a healthy relationship. You're not your past, you're not your trauma. You know, you can heal, and you're worthy of being respected and valued and having a happy, stable relationship where all your needs are met. And it's possible for you. And if you work on these things, I assure you, it's not things, you know, be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. You have years of patterns and beliefs, things like that, and trauma. But if you work on what I said to work on, if you try to work on these things, then I assure you will get better, and you will get closer to having a healthy relationship. Okay, so that's all I have. And the question I'm going to pin for today is, out of these topics, which one of these have been preventing you from attracting a healthy relationship? Which of these issues do you struggle with the most, and what are you going to do about it to improve it? Okay, and I also have a Facebook group, Trailblazers of the Universe, on Instagram. If you'd like to join, just follow me on there. And if you like this content, my channel, I have some other videos. I just started my channel. Please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. It would really help support my channel, help me grow, and so I can help more people. And if you feel called to, please comment or comment as well, and share if you feel called to. All right, have a good day, everybody.